This is Harry Judd for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. We're in London. I'm delighted to be joined by the Master of Knowledge, Spencer Fearon.
Thank you very much.
I've tried to get hold of you for days and days and days, but no.
It's been very, very hectic, and it's like you don't want to be everywhere all at once. So I said, like, I know I was going to see you down there today. So I said, when I see you down there, then we could do it. I didn't want to do it over Zoom. Only Benn from IFL gets those privileges to talk to me from my home. So yeah, but I knew I was going to see you today. So you mean?
How are you first?
No, how are you?
I'm very well, mate. Even better for speaking to you. You know, it seems like only yesterday you and I were on that boat chatting about this fight. Now we're back, unfinished business. It gets bigger and bigger, doesn't it, Spence?
It does, and I think this is beautiful. All what we're seeing right now, this is beautiful. I'm really looking forward to Saturday. I'm honoured to say that I'm rolling out to go to the fight on Saturday. You know what I mean? Thanks to Boxer for giving me 2 ringside seats so I can go. You know what I mean? Me and my beautiful missus, we're going to go roll up to the fight. Anti Yard and Baba Tundi Ajayi. So it's all cool, man. I'm grateful.
Proper team outing. That's great to see. You know, are you surprised or were you worried that we wouldn't get the exact same card this weekend, obviously with it being postponed?
No, because people don't realise that this card is actually history making. It's history making, and we're listening to it and we're taking it like it's a joke. No, this is going to be logged in the analogues of history, and they will talk about this card 100 years' time. Because the first women's ever 2 world title fights, you know what I mean, the whole card's females in London, and it's amazing what was being put together. And we've got props, everybody that's been involved in it. You know what I mean, I'm very, very happy because, like, you know what I mean, a lot of my mates are going there. Jermaine Defoe's coming down there. Dizzy's going down there. You know what I mean? Big Nasty's coming down there. Julie Love is coming down. So you know what? They are my family. You know, like, they're my family. So I'm going to see all my mates down at the fight as well. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. You know what I mean?
Ben Shalom says it should break all Sky Sports records. Do you think that it will this Saturday? Viewing records, do you think? With it being available as well, it's not Sky Sports box office.
I think because it's a very, very high statement that he's made. But what you have to look at is the fact that it is very, very possible simply because of the buzz that's behind it. And like I said, this card's going to be spoken about in 100 years' time. So I think eventually it will break all records. I don't think straight away it will, but eventually it will, because everyone's going to be using this show here is the benchmark for female boxing. And the thing about it is it's a skill demonstrated by both the main card in Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields. That what's being demonstrated it's just boxing. It's not female boxing, it's not men boxing, it's just boxing. And I'm so looking forward to the fight, man.
Can you break down that main event for me? Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall, we saw there again. You know, people are saying, oh, you know, some things stay the same, other things change, but that press conference was exactly like the first one. There's still rivalry there.
I remember when I first spoke to you on the boat, was that 4 weeks ago? 6 weeks?
Yeah, about 4 weeks ago.
Right, I remember speaking to you, I said this is the closest thing to Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns, September 1981. Since I have said that, everyone's listened to me. They've listened, because you hear them quoting it on the stage now, listen to me, gone away, the little, you know what I mean, because they can't think for themselves. They said, yeah, this is Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns. They can't tell you the date, because I do. Right, but anyway, I'm glad.
Master of knowledge.
Right, I'm glad they listen. You know what I mean? Because you know what the great thing is? Because boxing is social. Because the social, right, so this is an apparent name or apparent platform that I'm speaking.
Boxing social.
Exactly. So I see this fight playing out like this. I believe that Clarissa Shields will learn to get inside, and she'll bang hard to the body, and she'll nullify the punching power, because Savannah Marshall is an inside fighter. If Savannah Marshall was an inside fighter, then I would say that Savannah Marshall would beat up Clarissa Shields. But also, I think like Clarissa Shields brings a lot more to the table than what Savannah Marshall does. There's no disrespect to Savannah Marshall. I think she's a fantastic fighter. But I think there's levels in this game. And not only that is there levels in this game, the mindset of someone, I know they're in fight mode right now. Don't confuse confidence for cockiness. Clarissa Shields isn't cocky, she's confident. And the reason why she's confident, because she knows the years and years and years what she put into this game. And she knows the social pressures that she's been through. And I got Clarissa Shields coming out fantastic in this fight after going through rough patches and being victorious. But the real fight that I'm looking forward to is Boren Gardner versus Maya. That's the real fight. And I'm going to tell you now, Maya's going to beat up Boren Gardner. She's going to stop her.
Early or late?
But between 8 and 9, I've got her winning a stoppage on stop.
I heard it here first. Well, look, you know, with the troubles obviously last week, is this the time in which boxing gets back on the right path, Spence?
You're saying the troubles of last week. The troubles of last week is down to one set of people thinking that they were bigger than this thing. You're not bigger than this thing. Because when you die, boxing's still going to go on, right? I understand there's tricks in trade and mechanics in business, but let piety, this is what people have to realize this part here, you've got to put morals over money, right? And character over cash. That's what I'm saying. And also you got to put personality over paper. Loads of people don't do that. And the ones that do that, they look at them like they're crazy. So what happened last week was a travesty. And it's not going to go away for now, right? And I've spoken so much on it, spoken so much about on the Fighters Right. I've had Chris Eubank Sr. on the show. This morning I spoke to Chris Eubank Jr. I don't even want to touch on that anymore. It's been touched on enough. It's been played out enough, right? I just want piety to reign supreme, right? And to be pious is to be right, and to be right is to be righteous, right? So walk with righteous, because when you're dealing with somebody's child, I'm a father. I have 4 beautiful kids. Do you know what I mean? I kiss my beautiful Mrs. Amp's feet every day for giving me my beautiful children, right? How would you feel as a father if something was to happen to your child? Chris Eubank Sr. has already lost 1 child, right? So you're telling me that's not a burden? I lost my mum a few months ago. I'm still waking up with anxiety. I wake up shaking certain times. So I'm thankful for certain people in the boxing community who have been really supportive. Guys like Johnny Nelson or Spencer Oliver, who phone me every day, you know? You know what I mean? Guys like Babatunde Ajayi, guys, Steve Bunce, all these people, they try to help. Chris Eubank is an enigma to himself, so how is he going to go through this? It's not easy for him. It's not easy for him. Let me just big up Mark Taffet walking out there now. Right? So, yeah.
I mean, many people came out with less respect than they went in, but one person that came in with more respect than anyone, obviously Chris Eubank Jr.
Yeah, because of how he's carried himself in this. Listen to me. Did you see how drawn he looked? You know what I mean? Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. When Chris Eubank Jr. got on the scales and said, I've got down to 157. 157. He got 157, and then he did a 159 afterwards, right? And he tensed up, yeah? I thought we was gonna see an appeal to save the hungry. Right? I'm just gonna be real. I was ready to donate and everything, right? This is serious. This sport is very serious. I wouldn't want to see nobody get damaged. Do you understand? What happens is this: when you cut weight, to people who don't know, when you cut weight, what happens is this: your body goes into a form of cannibalization, so it eats away at itself. Right. So you look drawn when you had the Leon Williams fight when you weighed in. And they will ask you to come 3 pounds underneath that, even though you agreed to it, because you're thinking, look, I could cut off my leg, I'm still going to beat Conor Benn, right? Now we've had twists and turns in it. What I'm saying is, there's a side of me that really wanted to see the fight. But there's a side of me that I wish safety more than anything. And I know Chris Senior very well, we speak daily. So when a guy's putting his reasons why the fight shouldn't happen, and they're speaking so vehemently and so passionately about it, and I thank God that he came on the Fighters Right and spoke the way that he did. Twice, because he gave us a statement, then he gave us rights. Then yeah, I just want to see people be healthy and not get hurt. We've got enough people who want to see the end of boxing. When boxing's on a meteoric rise right now, it's good, right? So it swings and roundabouts and pendulums. So let it swing in the side of being correct. I don't want to see no one get hurt. I don't want to see no one get injured, and I'll just take it as that.
With that being said, then, how disappointed were you with how it was handled? Reports are saying they knew weeks before that they announced that they wouldn't be staging the fight anymore.
Everybody should be held accountable, and there were questions that need to be answered. So let you men who are out doing their bits be brave enough to contact the right people to give the correct answer, because everybody's held accountable. Eddie Hearn, if you knew but you still wanted this fight to go on, allegedly, right? The Sauerlands, you knew but you wanted this fight to go on, right? The Border Control knew, and the reason why they've got the Board of Control could say, well, listen, it was a substance that is not on the ban list on UCAD. So they could get, but even that, you still need to say, because it's somebody's health that's inside of this thing. That's what I'm trying to say to you. And you can sit down and be an incredible conspiracy theorist. But I want to have conspiracy, but I want to mix it with facts. So let's just do our best to help the sport grow in its correct way. And it's people like you, my friend, that can do that, because you're the ones that can push that story out and you can push that narrative out, and they can make people think.
On a separate note then, have you I know you're obviously good friends with the Benn family as well. Have you spoken to Nigel or Conor at all?
No, I spoke to Conor last week, right? And then the day after, then all of this controversy come out. You know what I mean? And I'm saying, like, I pray that he's innocent, right? Because you know me. If you're my pal, I'm going to bat for you. This is me. I'm low. I'm stupidly low, right? Even if it comes at my own demise, I'm stupidly low, right? Because loyalty is royalty, right? But if you've done something wrong, then you should be severely reprimanded for it. I pray that you haven't done anything wrong. But if you had, the book should be thrown at you. Because the book should be thrown at anybody else, so the book should be thrown at you as well.
I hurt all the girls that I fight, but I will come out victorious.
Clock ticking till I become the undisputed middleweight champion of the world.
This is another moment that my hand will be risen. I've fully prepared myself for a war.